What's going on, everyone? Today I'm actually going to go for a Italian car meet. It's going to be in like Surrey, and it's going to be like super fun. Going to check out some Italian cars. Although I'm a bigger fan of like German or whatever, but like, hey, I love Italians too. And here is my trusty steed that I'm taking with me. Check it out. My daily driver, the Skoda Octavia VRS. Now, most times when someone like me ends up buying a Skoda or any Volkswagen sort of car, especially like an Octavia or a Golf GTI or a Club Sport or one of those things, rarely do you ever leave it stock standard. And I went and took my car to the guys at VRS Northampton and just left it there, and I said, listen, I want to do track days with it. Let's do something fun. And it's kind of cool because this car is very low-key, undercover police officer looking car, which is kind of cool because most people think I'm an undercover cop, because in the UK, Skodas, Volkswagen cars actually, but all the more Skodas were used by the unmarked police cars. And it's really cool because every time when I'm driving, when I see one of these cars, I'm just like, ugh, brother, you know what I mean? So I just don't take a chance until I know for sure. So what I did is obviously went and tinted the rear section really black, which makes it even more cheeky, and it's kind of cool. So I've got that done. So I've made it look a little bit more undercovery, and we kind of did a little bit of tuning on it. Now, the thing with a car like a Skoda or like a Volkswagen Golf or Fiat Ibiza, any one of these platforms, especially the RS or the GTI or Club Sport or any one of these trims, anyone buys it, I mean, the chances of leaving it stock standard is very unlikely. Obviously, I was really lucky because I got the car stock standard, which is why I jumped and I bought it. And I said, okay, I know in like India and stuff, the Skoda RS has got a massive fan club, and it's a big thing there. But here it's whatever. It's just a daily runner, you know. It's nothing great. It's plasticky stuff everywhere, and I didn't like the steering wheel, so I went and dropped it off with a friend of mine, Valentino, who does fantastic steering wheels. So he retrimmed the entire thing in Alcantara and did a really nice cross stitch on top, kind of like the CS style of cross stitch. Anyway, I took the car and left it at VRS Northampton, and I told them, I said, listen guys, I just want a fun track day car where I can take it out on the track, have some fun, don't really care about it, and it really is a lot more cheaper to drive this car on the track than driving like my Porsche, because I would go through brakes, tires, a whole lot of stuff, and it just cost me a lot of money. But in a car like this, I don't even think about it because I can do like aimless amount of track days for like the same amount of money what I'd spend on one car. So I took it to the guys at VRS Northampton, told them I need to do a lot of track days and just build me a car. So we did a lot of stuff with the motor end. We did a little bit of stuff with the driveline. Actually, we just did a transmission tune. I did lower camber arms. We did the race alignment, which is a different setting. And we did a bigger turbo. Actually, no, I did a Golf R turbo, which is apparently like the thing to do. And they tuned it really well. So it's pretty fast, it's pretty capable. And the last time I took it to a track day, I had a really good time in it. And the thing is, it's because it's such a small, cheap car, you don't think, you go all out in it. You don't, it's not like my GT3 RS or anything that you kind of hold yourself back a bit. In this, I'm unhinged, absolutely unhinged. Yes, I get it. It's not like a full-on seasoned race car, but at the end of the day, all of it makes a difference based on the driver, and that's the biggest modification anyone can do. Anyway, that's a little bit on the car. We'll do a proper video on the car later, but let's go and check out these Italian marvels. Hi Gareth, how are you? Oh, lovely to see you. Oh. Right, let's go have a closer look. follow Gareth through because he knows what he's doing. I like how they've parked it side by side. Well, these were the days where it was sex, drugs and rock and roll, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
This is the world's first monocoque shell car.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It is a Lancia Lambda with a unique steering wheel.
The original one came out in 1924.
1924, wow. I'm here with Gareth, and he is an absolute legend. To give you a little bit of an introduction, all I can say is Gareth's like a walking Wikipedia of cars. He knows everything and anything, and I have an absolute joy, pleasure, fantastic time with him learning so much about cars. And every time I spend time with him, I learn more and more. And I was like, how much do you know? It's like a bottomless pit of information. Isn't it, Gareth?
Well,
it's lovely having you with me today.
Thank you very much. I think you're, yes, it's, I'm not quite sure I can live up to that expectation, but yes, I do have a fairly thorough knowledge. Some of the more modern ones, I think you're better than me on, actually. But
fair play. Right, let's go check out some cars.
Okay, that's an India, short for Indianapolis, obviously. I'm not so sure about the nodding Elvis on the dashboard. Not really my kind of thing, that. But yes, each to his own, I suppose.
So what exactly is a Vignale?
Well, Vignale is the coach builder, or carrozzeria, as they would call it in Italian.
Vignale? Is the top one?
It's the top one. It's this badge here.
Okay.
Now that's not very clear, that badge, but you can see it's got the V of the Vignale. They were design companies. They built limited edition bodies, so they might build a coupe version of a Fiat or a Lancia or an Alfa Romeo, but they're all designed as well, and they'd have famous designers working for them.
Italians are all about style and I'm sure about function, but like they look amazing. They've got that sex appeal to them. I must say, like you can just park an Italian car anywhere and just stare and look at it. That's it. Oh, this is what I really need in my life. I absolutely love the color scheme on this.
Yeah.
Go have a look at the shops now. So what's also really nice at one of these shows is that it's kind of like a trade fair, but people come and sell really cool stuff, really interested in the art and that side of things. Of course, I went and signed up to the photo shoot. Let's see how that goes. What can we find?
So
What are we looking at?
This is an Alfa Romeo Montreal, so called because there was an exhibition called Expo 1967, Expo 67 in Montreal, and this car was as an exhibit for the show. It's not a car show, it's a technology show. And so then they decided to put it in production, and so hence the name. Lovely looking car, Bertone body, as you can see from the badge at the front. Yeah, it would have been designed by a fellow called Marcello Gandini.
Sounds like an Italian
famous
gangster. The colour is really nice. If I had to get one in this colour, I would totally do it.
Yeah. I think this is the Cloverleaf one, isn't it, with the V8 engine?
So you've got air intakes going on as well.
Well,
Lost two headlights. Or is that meant to be that way? I'm not.
No, I think that's probably a modification.
What's special about this, Gareth?
Well, apart from the fact it's an Alfa Romeo Spider, which is always special, and this was particularly special. This was the car that was Dustin Hoffman drove in the film The Graduate, although his was an earlier one, what they called a duetto, with a little boat tail back on it. This is the later one, which has got the larger engine, the 2 litre, and it's got this cut-off back, which is known as a cam tail. And Dr. Cam was an aerodynamicist, so cam tail's not unique to Alfa Romeo. It's just that particular cut-off back was for a fashion for a while, so lost its purity later on because they had to comply with American legislation, so they ended up with big heavy bumpers on, things like that. But a very pretty car.
Although these cars are really old, they're really nice to drive. I got a chance in New Zealand to drive one of these Alfas, and absolutely stunning. I would never want to buy an electric car. Why would I want to buy an electric car?
Exactly.
Would you buy an electric car, Gareth? Absolutely
No.
not. So that's one section of it. Now we're going to go up the hill, which is the old racetrack. And we're going to have a look at some of the cars that are parked there.
Absolutely stunning looking car, designed by Bertoni. You can see the Bertoni badge here. It was originally, the original one was just a show car prototype, not intended for production, and then they thought, well, we can put a powerful enough engine in it, we've got a rally car, and they put a Ferrari engine in it, a V6, and it was sensational, won the World Championship, I think 3 years running. This actually isn't a genuine Lancia Stratos, this is a replica, which somebody does a kit. The giveaway is it's right-hand drive, all the genuine cars were left-hand drive, but who cares, it just looks stunning, and it really is a brilliant looking car. There's one of my favourite bits of Top Gear, Clarkson drives one of these. He says, well, not perfect, but it just sort of is, and it sort of is. If something like this doesn't make your heart beat faster, to me, you're not a petrol head. So the Stratos was mid-70s, and then in the late 70s, Fiat Group's rally efforts concentrated on the 131 Abarth, which was a sort of standard saloon to the Ford Cortina competitor. And then in the early 80s, they went back to this. This looks like a genuine rally car. This looks the real McCoy. You can tell by, I mean, it's a bit worn, but also, you know, it's got the Abarth engine in, everything. This is a really sensational car. Fabulous to see it here today at Brooklands. Again, won the World Rally Championship in the early 80s. This one has been signed on the bonnet by Walter Roll, the famous German rally driver.
I did see that as well.
There's his signature. And obviously these are, I mean, the rally plates are more modern ones, so obviously this has taken part in various historic rallies, but it's based sort of on a Lancia Monte Carlo, which was the mid-70s sports car of Lancia. But actually when it went to an 037, which this is not really much in common with the original Monte Carlo, but I mean, this is a space frame back on it and everything. It's basically a purpose-built rally car, but stunning looking thing. Five of the beautiful Ferrari Dinos. 1960s car, V6 engine, originally a 2 litre, later a 2.4. I think they're just one of the most pretty cars ever made. Pininfarina, of course. The green one, which is a rather unusual colour, is a Spider. In other words, it's got the roof that comes out. The rest are all coupes. Now, I think these are all the later, if you want to be a real anorak, these are all the later ones. These are all the 246, which had the 2.4 litre engine in, as opposed to the original 206, which had the 2 litre engine in. And the way you can tell the difference is that the wheel on this has got the Dino name in the middle. The original ones had a big spinner hub, the 206s, so that's how you tell the difference between the two. But otherwise, I mean, no difference on the bodywork. Why would you? It's absolutely stunning.
Well, there's so many Italian cars here, it's pretty insane. Check out these. It's super interesting. It's absolutely lovely to see. Most importantly, the passion everyone has for these kind of cars. It's fantastic.
They're a bit common, these Ferraris, aren't they? You know? I mean, fabulous collection. You don't get many, unless you go to a Ferrari owners club meeting, you won't get these numbers of Ferraris. Little Alfa Romeo Interloper, of course.
Right, here comes one of my favourite cars. One of my all-time favourite cars, the Murcielago. Well, my favourite's the SV version, but
right.
It still looks lovely.
See, that's more my thing, a nice summer's day. And this, I think it's a 275.
Straight out of the movie, if you know what I mean. And imagine going from that straight into this, the SV, my absolute favourite poster car. This is my poster car. Any day this over this. Any day this. That is a six-spec, all blacked out. There are so many cars here, it's really hard to cover all of it. But I will try my best to walk around and try and get as much footage as I can, so you can have a look at what's actually out here. But it's lovely. If you're an Italian person, no, hold on, let me rephrase that. If you're a person that loves Italian cars or anything Italian automotive, this is where to be. I love it.
So definitely a variety of Cinquecentos here. An Abarth. A lot of these are Abarths. That's an Abarth. Obviously, extras done to the bodywork. That's an Abarth. An Abarth. Again, an Abarth. Note the subtle little Italian colours in the grille bars. More Abarths. That's a bit of a dog's breakfast, isn't it?
So we've sort of been up the bank that way, just coming back down, and all of this is like the Abarth section. There's like, I don't even know how many, like 60, 70 Abarths, like the Fiat 500, 600, 695, 595, all of the above, and the Fiat Punto Abarth versions, which I'm looking at right here. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the Puntos, or...
I have plenty of Puntos. Well,
have you?
Yeah,
the Puntos?
I had one of those. Well, that was a company car.
Oh, but that's okay. The new one I'm not so much.
I didn't have one of these.
Yeah.
These were the last ones, the
But
Grandi.
definitely, I like the 595, 695 Abarths. I think they're really cute and they're quite cool. What's next? We're still here on the banks, just chilling, watching the cars go by, and it's really nice to see. There's a Pagani that went by as well. Really nice, super exciting. Well, it's been a lovely day here, and I've got still lots more to go and see and check out. But I'm going to leave you guys with all of this stuff and get into some more Italian cars. I hate to say this, but after being here and sort of walking around, I feel like I need an Italian car. But would I be able to keep one and maintain one? I'm not sure. It's cheaper, possibly, to own a Chelsea apartment than own an Italian car and look after it. So no, food for thought. Anyway, I shall see you guys soon. Peace out.
Tell me who you are, get in the car. Right now.